Stacey, good morning. So, yes, take us through exactly what happened for our national audience.
Well, Michael, it was a high drama day down at Parliament yesterday, and South Australia has now been left in this situation, which really is unprecedented, where the Deputy Premier of the state has lost a vote of no confidence on the floor of the House. This had been flagged for some time because Vickie Chapman, the Deputy Premier, Attorney General and Planning Minister here in the state, was the subject of a parliamentary inquiry. They were looking into her decision to refuse a port on Kangaroo Island. The committee heard that she owned a rental property across the road from a forest which would have been felled if the port went ahead. It also heard that she received a number of reports from the planning and infrastructure departments here in the state which recommended it should go ahead, but despite that she knocked it back. So the committee found that she had a conflict of interest in making that decision, and that she also then subsequently misled the House on at least 3 occasions. Now, that vote of no confidence on the floor of the House yesterday got up by 1 vote, 23 to 22. It got up with the support of 2 independents who are former Liberal MPs, Troy Bell and Sam DeLuc. There's also another former Liberal MP who's now independent, Fraser Ellis, who abstained from voting. So the Speaker of the House had sort of thought he might have to cast his deciding vote, but he didn't have to because a former Liberal MP abstained from voting and the 2 other former Liberal MPs voted with the Labor Party. So we are now in this situation where the Deputy Premier of the state has suffered a vote of no confidence against her, but she's not standing down. She denies she's done anything wrong, and she has the support of the Premier as well.
So the big question, what happens next? What happens now?
It absolutely is the big question, and we don't really know what happens now because we've never been in this situation before. Precedents here in South Australia would say that the minister resigned before it got to a vote of no confidence, but obviously we're well past that now. The opposition is calling on the Speaker of the House to visit the Governor of South Australia and turn this into a constitutional issue. They say the Governor is the only person that can dismiss a sitting minister in the House of Assembly. Here's what we heard from Peter Malinauskas a short time ago.
Today, or at some point in the next few days, there is every possibility that Her Excellency, the Governor of South Australia, is likely to be put in a rather awkward position where she is receiving advice from the House of Assembly that the Parliament has lost confidence in Vickie Chapman, but at the same time being told that by the Premier that she has done nothing wrong, which is a truly extraordinary state of affairs, if not a constitutional crisis.
So it is expected that the Speaker of the House will seek an audience with the Governor. What happens from there, we still don't know. And if nothing happens in the next fortnight and the Deputy Premier doesn't stand down, there will be another vote on the floor of the House, and they'll be deciding whether or not to suspend her from Parliament for 9 days, which would be disastrous for the government, plunging deeper into minority on the floor. And all of this is happening in the lead up to an election in around 5 months' time. So there's still a way to go, but it's not looking good for the government. Michael.
High stakes indeed. Stacey Lee, thanks for your insights this morning.